Owning our healing experience can be the difference between really suffering after a breakup and having a grand transformation afterwards. If you ever consume the resource guide that kind of is accompanied by this video, there's a lot of things that, it's about universal perspective, understanding that it's more of about a pattern rather than it is about a person, and you going for the direct healing experiences that you want. And so, the most common thing is that most people need a healthy attachment figure to attach to after a breakup. And normally people tend to go to another relationship, and just rinse and repeat, and they don't realize that they keep having the same pattern of a bad attachment figure. So what I really recommend when it comes to situations like that is a therapist. After my breakup, I also got a therapist, and I realized that, wow, it's really great to have someone that's healthy to attach to, that's emotionally validating, that's, doing all these great things. And that is something that served me, and I know it can serve other people when they're in that pattern. And that's not the only thing, for my experience of owning my own healing experience. I've done a lot of work beforehand, before this breakup, in terms of just the inner workspace, a lot with family and a lot with, personal friends, and I've even helped people go through divorces. And so I've had experiences with understanding the dynamics of a breakup, but I've never really gone through it myself. But then once I went through it myself, after I've been doing inner work for a while, I realized how really transformative this experience has been. And I even made a video before this called most people aren't ready to be friends after breakup. And I actually found out that in and of itself was a pattern that I was holding that actually caused me to manifest the situation that I had with the ex. And so, long story short, I had a pattern of emotional divorcing. And once I identified it, I don't even know how to explain it to you, but once I identified my specific pattern, and then I started going for my direct healing experiences, my life literally changed, especially when it came to relationships and the type of conversations that I was having with people. So just putting that out there, it's really about looking at yourself, seeing what you need, and then going for the direct healing experiences that you're looking for. And that process can take a while if you've never done it before. And if you're interested in doing that, please reach out to me on Instagram and just DM me. And I'd be more than happy to kind of just to ask you a few questions. If it feels appropriate, maybe get on a phone call, not a phone call, but just a video call real quick, so I can go back and forth and just be like, oh, okay, this is what it is, and this is what I would go for. Because everybody, there's so many dynamics and things that can happen. So I just want to put that out there as a resource for you if you're really looking for that type of help with the implementing process. But I know plenty of people are aware of their own patterns enough that they can just identify it themselves and then go for the direct healing experiences themselves. So, and and part of the breakup process and owning our healing experiences is that we really need to own how we feel. Because for my own personal experience, I think I hung up the phone call. I took some time I remember asking myself the question, what would somebody who loves themselves do? And basically I felt very guided to send them a text message. And then the moment after I sent them the text message, I just laid in my bed for 4 hours with my hands over my heart, and I just stayed there. And I felt very blessed to be able to call upon people to help me through that process. And I thank you. And I think you know who you are if you end up watching this video. What I really, but that was the thing, is that all of that came about to be because I was really owning the healing experiences that I needed. Because I decided, okay, I'm not going to run from this anymore. I'm not going to run from this pattern. I'm not going to run from owning what I really want. And, so part of also owning my healing experiences is that I came across a death meditation, which made me ask questions about myself, which is something that if you join the community as part of the resource guide that I have, I mentioned the death meditation that I went through in order to become aligned with what I authentically desired. And so part of all of that came about to be is that I want to create a community of people who are emotionally healthy to be in a relationship with. And I feel like that catalyst that allowed me to really understand that oh wow, I want to be a post-breakup consultant is because not to say that I have it all figured out, but I realize that the way that I feel that I'm handling this is significantly better than a lot of other people that I've gone to when it comes to like breakups. I don't necessarily really agree with how like the principles and the morals people have around breakups, because I'm like, no, it's like too dogmatic, it's too specific. It's just like listen, make it about the person, make it about the pattern, and then go for the direct healing experiences. Like that's it. That's it. Anything else is making it too complicated. And so, but perhaps, when you're owning your own healing experience, for you, it's really to call upon family. For you, it's really to call upon, whatever ends up being. But make sure that, you're doing it from a conscious place of like, okay, this is what I'm going for this experience because this is going to serve me in this way. And honestly, it even took a little bit. It wasn't until the death meditation that I really realized what I was looking for. And I think that's the mistake a lot of us make after a breakup, is that we know what we're looking for. I was just like, well, it was this, and it wasn't. Like, I really recommend meditation. Meditation is going to do you wonders after a breakup. It's really going to align you with like connecting you to the higher perspective, to a higher consciousness, and allowing the bigger picture to unfold in front of you. And like, listen, it was probably, I don't know, the whole thing with me kind of unfolded over a lot of months, but then very recently it was just like one big thing where I'm like, oh, wow, I might never talk to this person ever again. Okay. Damn. And after that happened, and that initial sitting down in my bed for 4 hours and I felt like I was falling and all this other stuff, there's been this sense of like empowerment. Empowerment's been feeling, it's just like, these are the patterns that I'm asking people that are also on this path of self-awareness and consciousness and inner work and doing all this stuff, like really going for them directly and being like, yes, this is what I want, this is what I want, this is what I want, and doing it over and over and over again. And then it's building a sense of internal confidence and internal resilience. And also it feels so like satisfying to have a perspective that can really support people. And I realized that it's great to be able to support them in that way. And that's why I have gone the route of like post-breakup consultant rather than trying to do the other stuff that I was trying to do, where I kind of wanted to be like other people. And it wasn't really working. But I feel a sense of naturalness about this. There's a lot of perspectives that I feel like I personally have, but also that I've gained through my own life experiences that make this a lot easier to digest and to dissect and to understand, and not only to analyze, but to also feel and to be like, wow, okay. And going through, and I guess I thought, that's actually the real thing. It was being around a supportive group of people that are also interested in the inner work, that are also interested in owning their healing experience. Because then it's like being able to offer something that's symbiotic to someone else, and being in that environment like catalyzed my transformation way faster than anything else. Like, we are a group species. We are meant to be with other people. And when you have other people that are in alignment with you, that are also looking for the transformation and like the grand mystical experiences, it's great. And so I say all of this to encourage you to own your healing experience. I want you to own your healing experience. Because when you can own your healing experience, you are aligning your self-perception with, rather than blaming, to look at yourself. It's about no longer making it personal and allowing it to be, this is about a pattern. And when people have the vocabulary to go back and forth, I'm like, okay, this is what's going on. All right. And that give and take, it's honestly what's allowed me to match up with my own new connections that I've made that have been so healing for me. And on top of that, it's not only has that connection now allowed me to heal that pattern fully and understand it better, it's like it's affecting every other relationship as well. And I want you to have that experience. And I want you to know that it's totally available and possible. And it's not complicated. what are your patterns, and what are the healing experiences that you need, and then going for those directly. That means telling people you want these experiences. That means advertising yourself as such to other people. That means understanding what that looks like for yourself. That means going out, experimenting and exploring, doing the work for yourself, expressing it as yourself, and then allowing things to unfold. And I feel like that's what I really wanted to talk about, is that process of owning your healing experience. If I haven't said it enough times in this video, then hopefully if you watch it again, you'll get it enough times. But I think I made my point. And I want to express that again. If you're ever looking to understand your patterns, you can reach out to me on Instagram, DM me. I'll have back and forth with you. If I feel that it's necessary, I'll go into a video call with you. That way we can really just like hash it out in like 5, 10, max 20 minutes. Like we can really just get in it really fast, and that way you can start going for those direct experiences. So that is all I have. If you are interested in joining a group of people, I do currently have about 11 spots open for a group of people that are a post-breakup consulting group that we meet every week. And so if any of that is appealing to you, feel free to reach out to me. Otherwise, drink lots of water, get plenty of rest, and I'll see you next time.